guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's my annual classic festive Christmas look. Smoky eyes, pop of gold, and of course a red lip. I do have other obviously makeup looks planned throughout this month, but I always do like a kind of a classic festive look towards the beginning of the month every year. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please keep on watching. Okay, I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer just to prep and prime the skin. Focusing this on the T-zone area. Next, going in with my MUA Pro Base Matte Foundation. I have mine in the shade 110. I'm going relatively medium to full coverage with this because it is meant to be a kind of party look all at the same time. Although potentially that was a bit too much. Let's take some off there. To kind of soften the coverage a little bit though, I will go in with the sponge. Apply. Make sure to get those red ears if you've got red ears like me. Okay, on to concealer. I'm going to take my Hint Beauty concealer and I have mine in the shade Fair. And I'm going to take a Real Techniques concealer brush to apply this. And I probably will go over the sponge just to kind of soften. So I'm going to go under my eyes. My nose, so I get quite a bit of redness around there. And then I'm going to stipple onto the areas of my chin that need that little bit extra help. Then I'm going to just do the further blend with, or the final blend with the sponge, because I find that really kind of helps melt everything together. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set my entire skin. So I'm going to take the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I have mine in shade Airy. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. And I just like to stipple mainly the perimeters. I avoid under my eyes at the moment. I prefer how it looks with my under eyes unset. I think because especially in the colder months, I can get away with a bit more unset skin. But I kind of want a bit of a matte, more of a matte skin for the base for today. Okay, I'm going to add a hint of bronze, but very lightly. So this is an Anima Pure bronzer in Maracaibo. So nice mineral bronzer, very lightweight. I just want a touch of something, but not too heavy. So I do prefer bronzer for more the summertime. So again, fluffy brush. Start with the forehead, just warm that up ever so slightly. Also going to go ahead and warm up the perimeters of my face and take it down under my chin a little bit. Yeah, it's a really pretty bronze. It's nothing too heavy, or the shade isn't anything too heavy. And the fact it's mineral based just makes it even lighter on the skin. It's really pretty. I mean, you just want a hint of bronze, but nothing too heavy. And for blusher, I've got the Hourglass blusher in Mood Exposure. It's just a nice kind of mauve tone, and it's got a bit of shimmer in there. So we'll add a nice bit of glow to the skin as well. I'm going to use the exact same brush. Yes, it's got a beautiful sheen. So nothing too heavy like a highlighter, but just adds something to the cheeks. Moving on to brows, I'm taking my ABH palette and I'm going to go in with the shade Chocolate for this. Just still fill them in the same way I always fill them in. So I start with the base of the brow, work through the arch of the tail, and then bring whatever's left forward and just kind of fluff up the front of the brow. I mentioned it before, I do prefer slightly more of a structured brow on me, just with a bit of softness at the front. And then I'm just going to run through them with the Kosas Brow Gel in medium. So onto the eyes, I'm going in my Lily Lola eye primer to prep and prime. And then what I have been enjoying doing recently is actually giving the eyes a little set. So I'm going to go back in with powder and just give them a little bit of a set, ready for the eyeshadow. So the eyes, I'm jumping between a palette and a single eyeshadow. So the palette in choice is the Rose Metals palette, if I can open it. I'm very much going to go in with like Noble, and we've got June and probably Ashes. And then I actually wanted to go in and possibly a pop of Heavenly, but then I wanted to use the little Kiko shadow I've got in 208 as the kind of the bold shimmer colour. Oh, I just stuck my nails right in that, but that one there. So I'm going to start off with the shade Noble to begin with, on a kind of quite a dense, short, fluffy brush. And I'm going to pop this onto the outer portion of the lid. I'm just going to kind of tap it on to begin with, and then I'll worry about the blend in a minute. I'm going to take a very small fluffy brush, pick up a bit more Noble, and I'm going to use this to start blending the edges. And I'm going to bring it into the inner part of the crease, not so much the lid, but just more the inner part of the crease. I'm going to softly wing it out as well. Oh, that's a really pretty brush. This is a blank canvas E10 brush. I think this is one Emily very kindly gave to me. It's a really nice brush. It's really kind of small and fluffy, but it blends really nicely. So again, take a little bit of Noble, start on the outer portion and start bringing into the inner part of the crease. And yeah, I've been really enjoying kind of setting the lids again before going with shadow, so setting the primer, because I feel actually it gives a slightly softer blend. I do find an unset base gives that bit more pigment when you initially put the colour down, but I like the softness of the blend you get when you actually set the lids. I'm going to take a super fluffy brush now, and I'm going to go in with the shade... am I going to add this in? Yeah, okay. I'm going to add a bit of June in, just to warm it up ever so slightly, not too much, which is why I'm going to take a fluffier brush. I'm just going to work this kind of on the outer portion in the crease. Okay, I'm then going to take some of Ashes, again on that fluffy brush, and this is going to be to blend out these edges at top here. a little bit on the side. Take a slightly smaller fluffy brush, something like this. I'm going to go in with June and Noble first. I am going to run this along the lower lash line. Going quite lightly. I'm going to pick that little small canvas brush up. I'm going to go with Ashes only, I'm not going to pick up any of June. And just do a bit of a further blend. Bringing it ever so slightly further down. Without poking your eye out would be a good idea. Okay, now onto this little beauty. So this is the Kiko water eyeshadow in 108. I've got brushes here, I don't know what I'm behind. What I am going to do, I'm going to take you, and I am just going to give this a bit of a spritz. And I'm going to take my brush, and we're going to go in the inner portion. And I'm going to bring it ever so slightly up into the crease just to widen that inner portion, make it give like I've got slightly bigger eyes. It kind of really helps open them up. And then just feather into the other shades. I probably will go back in with some of those other shades on the outer portion. Brush, go over these edges and feather the outer portion ever so slightly. Like I said, I'm going to go back in with actually a bit of Noble and work this onto the outer portion just to deepen ever so slightly. I don't want it fully dark on the outer portion, but just deepen up ever so slightly. I know I do these kind of looks every year, but I feel they are quite different each time. Usually I feel I go for quite the dark chocolatey browns, whereas this time it's a bit more cool toned. Even though I went in the shade June, it's a bit more warm. Overall I feel it's giving a bit more cool tone, but more mauve type browns on the eyes. So something, yeah, a little bit different. Okay, then going in mascara, I'm going to take the Kiko Extra Sculpt Mascara and load up my upper and lower lashes. And then we can move on to lips, although I think I gave it away in the last video. Okay, now I've got a splodge right in the inner bit of this eye, but I'm going to let it be there for now and let it dry, and I'll knock it off in a minute. So I'm going to move on to the lips. So yeah, I'm going to take the Benecos lip liner in Catwalk. So I'm going to go for that nice slightly darker red with a bit of gloss to it. Then go in with a matching shade from Benecos. Although this definitely comes up darker than the lip liner. Then to finish off, the Kosas Lip Oil in Jaws. This is what I mentioned in the previous video. Not that it doesn't really need much gloss, but this gives it more of a wet look to the lips. Okay, and that is this look complete. So like I said, I wanted to do my annual kind of classic festive look. I do think the tones I did in the eyes were slightly different from previously. Like I said, I typically go for the rich chocolatey browns on the eyes, but this is a bit more cool tone, a bit more mauve, I think. Really pretty. I love the lip. This is like, I think, the ultimate festive lip in my opinion. So yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this look. Plenty of looks and videos planned. I think I'm doing a bit more of a cranberry, winter cranberry look for my next one. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave any questions down below, any recommendations or any video requests for future videos, and I'll be sure to take a look and see what I can do. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next one.